What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with the review for Love After Lockup Season 4, Episode 4, you guys. So, episode is titled Secret Rings, no, Wedding Rings and Secret Flings, you guys. So, before we do get into this episode review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't yet subscribed to the channel, then do me a solid favor and please stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, turning your post notifications on, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Love After Lockup, shall we? All right, you guys, so we are in my bedroom today. If you guys didn't see on my community tab, I actually pulled a muscle in my calves. I pulled a calf muscle, so I'm not sitting on my stool today I'm sitting actually in my bed. So we're gonna do it this way. And hopefully, my calf is starting to feel better. So that's why we're doing this video. So let's go ahead and just talk about Love After Lockup. So we're gonna start up with Justine and Michael, you guys. So I'm actually gonna go in order of my notes this week. So Justine and Michael. So this episode, we picked up where we ended the last one with Justine and Michael. You guys remember that Justine and Michael were getting into it because Justine was mad because of the situation with her mother finding out that she was pregnant and thinking like, why would you do that? This man just got out of prison and then you quit your job on top of that. So you remember she went off on her mama and she went off on Michael, which I thought that was like really Justine. So they then went into the house. And, she's telling Michael, like, this is your fault. You said you were going to be there and you weren't there at the time that you said you were going to be there and da-da-da-da-da. And, Mom, I didn't necessarily just flat out tell my mom. She was basically prying. And I'm like, Justine, so you're finna sit here and blame all of this on Michael. Okay. I mean, I guess not really. So then, Michael... The reason Michael said he was late, now he said it's not an excuse. I'm like, it's definitely not an excuse, but you tried to make it sound like it. You definitely sounded like it was using that as an excuse. Talking about the music and you can't stop when you get like something. I'm like, no shade to Michael. I like Michael, but your music, buddy, it just ain't that good. I gotta keep it real. I gotta call it what it is. The music just ain't popping. So then, he's telling her that he wants to tell Justine's kids about them being pregnant. Now, mind you, he just had an issue with her telling her mama that she was pregnant, but now he wants to tell her kids. So she's like, do you want to tell your family? And he is hesitant about telling his family. I'm like, why? But it made sense why he was hesitant later in this episode. So then we see Justine, her mom, and the kids. They went out for ice cream, right? This was the worst way that you could tell your kids that you're pregnant. They bought ice cream sundaes and they bought an extra one. This is for your new baby brother or sister. Those kids were looking like, huh? Say what? A sibling? That ain't something we asked for, sis. And my heart really broke for Justine's daughter because, Justine was talking about she hopes that it's a girl so she can do the things that she wasn't able to do with her daughter. And she broke down crying. And I was like, oh no. I knew what it was. She felt like she was being replaced. And Justine told her, she's not replacing her. Ugh. How do you have a conversation with your child about that? So later on in the episode, Justine and Michael are talking to his mom, and his mom, so damn disrespectful. This woman had the audacity to say Michael and Justine need to get a DNA test. I was like, ma'am, say what? A paternity test? That is your son's child. Like, lady, so disrespectful. And then Michael says his mother has done it with all of his kids. Went behind his back and the mother of his kids' backs and swabbed them and then went and got a DNA test. I was like, bitch, that's disrespectful. I'm surprised them girls ain't beat your ass at this point because that is so damn disrespectful. Now, he said why she does it because her brother was raising a kid that wasn't his. Okay, and you think every woman's gonna do that? What does Michael have? No shade to Michael, but what in the hell does Michael have that will make you think that somebody wants us to do something like that to him? What does Michael have? Tell me what Michael got. I'm waiting. Leave it in the comments if you guys know what Michael has that Justine or any other woman, I mean, The man, no shade to Michael, but he just got out of prison. So, leaving it there. Let's pause here and move forward. So, Eris and Cameron, you guys. So, like I said, I don't know if I've said it or not, but I'm going to say it right here, right now. But I think I've been saying it for a while. I don't feel sorry for Eris in this situation with she and Cameron, because you're the one that put yourself in this situation. Cameron got out of prison. He went to the halfway house, right? When he got to the halfway house, he went out with his friends. He got drunk, went back to the halfway house, failed the breathalyzer, got thrown back in jail. You went and picked him up from the jailhouse. He comes outside the jailhouse. He gets down on one knee and asks you to marry him. And you say yes, and you guys get married within the span of 3 or 4 days. Whose fault is that? Your fault, right? And what is the definition of insanity? Isn't it doing the same thing multiple times, expecting a different outcome or different result? That's what you did, Eris. I don't know how you expected for Cameron to come out of jail and be this role model for Lena. If anybody needs to be a role model for Lena, you need to be a role model for your own daughter, not Cameron. You need to be the role model for your child. So I don't feel too much for her. So she's getting ready to go back to Florida, right? So she left out the room. He woke up and he had I think that was a Corona. It was either a Corona or it was a Dos Equis, because I drink those, right? So he drank. I'm like, so you went to bed drunk and you wake up drinking and you don't remember what happened the night before? Eris, please explain to me in this situation what is so smart about being with Cameron. I don't understand it. I don't see it, right? So when they were talking, she was telling him that he needs to have a tolerance level when it comes to drinking, and I agree with that, right? He says it's because, he's been in for jail for 30 plus days, so his body reacts to alcohol differently. But even still, you shouldn't drink to an excess. And even with the stipulations to your parole, you can't drink to excess. You've done that multiple times, drank to excess. So I don't understand Cameron. I really, truly don't, you guys. So then he was asking her about his wedding ring. So she had it on her finger. He asked her to give it back. She eventually gave it back to him, right? But then she told him he threw the ring at her. He doesn't remember throwing it at her because he was blacked out drunk. And the way he was saying it, it's like it's a badge of honor or something. Sir, you're in your 30s, right? You're in your 30s. Who in their 30s wants to get blackout drunk? Not this 30-year-old. Not this 33-year-old man. He don't get drunk. I barely even go out, right? So she tells him that the partying, it has to subside. Good luck with that one. And that he needs to be a great role model for Lena. Again, Eris, the only person that needs to be a role model to your daughter, you. You alone can prevent forest fires. You. So let's pause here and move over to the next couple. All right, you guys. So next up is Skylar and Nathan. I really ain't going to be on here for much long with Skylar and Nathan. We're going to breeze through Skylar and Nathan. I don't care about Skylar and Nathan. I'm hoping that we never see Skylar and Nathan again. But Skylar and Nathan went to a pumpkin patch, right? And they want to go out for Halloween to celebrate. She says she wants to go out in a group because, she feels like they won't get into it with each other. I'm like, but y'all got into it at a restaurant with each other. When you answered the phone, he got on the phone and called your friend a nigga. Y'all, that happened. You remember that? No? Yes? He wants to propose to Skylar. I was like, oh my God. For the love of Jesus. This couple needs to not return just as much as Gabby and Chris don't need to return. They're toxic. I don't like toxicity. And I damn sure don't want to see it with these two. So he was talking to his brother, and he was telling his brother that he wanted to propose to her. And his brother was like, I don't necessarily agree with it. And I was like, hey, man, I don't agree with it either. Big brother, little brother, whatever brother you are, I don't agree with it either. If you guys want to discuss Skylar and Nathan more in the comment section, feel free to do so. But I am done with Skylar and Nathan. And we're going to pause here and we're going to move on to the next destructive couple that I never want to see again. Well, thankfully, I won't ever have to see them again because they broke up. Let's pause here and move forward. Next up is Travis and Ashley. Oh, God. So, Travis and Ashley. Let's see, what's the nicest thing I can say about Travis and Ashley? So, Travis and Ashley, they both broke. He ain't got no job. Her jewelry ain't selling. They're at his mom's house, right? So, they got back to the mom's house, and Ashley, baby girl, let's have a little chitty chatty right here, right? You were so disrespectful to that woman who took you into her home. She didn't have to take you in because you are nobody to her. Travis is her son. You are just a woman off the streets that she barely knows. So she could have told you to turn your ass around, walk back out her door, and don't come back. But she was nice. A lot nicer than I would have been. Thank God I never have to see Ashley again. Ashley, I got another little tidbit of advice for you, right? So, if you ever go on television again, right? I want you to lay off the drinking. I want you to find the proper medication that you need to use because you're obviously medicated, because every time we see you, your eyes are full of tears, and I don't understand why. I don't know what kind of prescription. I don't know if you on Xanax, Percocet, Molly, you on something, sis. Get off of it or find the right dosage, right? Then the other bit of helpful advice that I got for you. So there's a store called the Family Dollar, the Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, and there's a makeup and beauty aisle, right? So the one thing that I want you to do when you go to Walmart, Target, Dollar Store, Family, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, just a dollar, any of them stores, what I want you to do is go down to the aisle where they have, like the shampoo, the brushes, and the combs, right? I want you to pick up a brush and pick up a comb. Now, once you get home, go into your bathroom, actually go back to the store, get some shampoo, right? Get some shampoo, conditioner, wash your hair, blow dry that shit, and then, comb it, brush it, because it doesn't look like your hair has ever been, it doesn't look like your hair has ever saw a brush or a comb. I'm just saying. It looks your hair looks like a bird's nest. Just being honest with you, right? We right here. Brush your hair, comb your hair, do something to your hair. It looks atrocious. So, Ashley then told Travis that she has missed her period and it has been 3 weeks. I was like, who the fuck waits 3 weeks to say I've missed a period? Now, I want my ladies to chime in the comment section because I think I've heard this before, that just because you miss you can miss your period for a multitude of reasons, right? You can miss your period. I know you can miss your period because, one, you're pregnant, right? But isn't it also possible that you could miss your period because you've been so stressed out, right? I think that you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Couldn't stress cause it? Maybe, but it wouldn't be no 3 weeks late. I do know that part. It might be a few. Again, ladies, let me know in the comment section. I don't know too much about, menstruation. So, but 3 weeks is a long time. That's almost a month. That's almost a month, right? Well, some women find that they're pregnant just before the 6 weeks mark. So, you know what? I'm not going to come down too hard on Ashley. But what I'm going to come down hard on Ashley about is, again, I believe Ashley is heavily medicated, number one. Number two, Ashley was just in a bar in the previous episode getting drunk like I don't know what. So, baby, I don't think you're pregnant. I think you are missing your period for, maybe early menopause. Just saying. Stress, something. But it definitely ain't a baby. And if it is a baby, Lord, you are the last person that needs a baby in this situation. Whew. You're broke, you on pills, and you drinking. That is a terrible combination to be pregnant, right? So she goes and takes the pregnancy test, and thank the good Lord above that Ashley was not pregnant. That is that is the last thing that Ashley and Travis need. So then after she found out she wasn't pregnant, she wants to go drinking. I'm like, girl, that is part of your issue right there. You drink a lot, and I think you're on pills. You are on something. And whatever she's on, it's a downer. And it's not good for Ashley. But like I said a few minutes ago, thank the good Lord above, we don't have to see Ashley because her and Travis broke up. Amen. Won't he do it? They broke up. They broke up. They broke up. Won't he do it? Hey, won't he do it? Yes, he will. He did it. I ain't never got to look at Ashley in that fried ass hair ever again. Now let's pause here and wrap up this episode, you guys. Shall we? So, you guys, Monique and Derek. I want to say something to you guys. So I want. It's not. I want to say something to you guys. I want to say thank you so much to each and every person who watches my videos, and the fact that nobody has attacked me for saying that I don't like Monique. Right? I was never nervous about saying that I don't like Monique, but I did have that inclination in the back of my head that people might want to say, "Oh, you don't like Monique because she's a big girl." I have no issues with Monique being a big girl. I said it. I think she's not. I said it. Monique is not an ugly girl. I said it in my first few reviews. She's not ugly. She's really not. She's a cute girl. The one thing about Monique that I want her to get rid of, that wet and wavy wig. I hate that wet and wavy wig. I want Monique to find some clothes that fit her, right? I know you're a big girl. I know you might want to have good. Her clothes are not bad looking, but her clothes are just skin tight. And it's like, damn, bitch, can you breathe? Especially in the end of the episode when she had on them cut off shorts. I was like, girl, I know you cannot breathe in them shorts because they look like they were touching her, like they look like they were suffocating her, right? So Monique, I just want Monique to go up one size with her clothes. I just want to go up one size. One size. One. You know? And like I said, get rid of that wet and wavy wig. It's ugly. And I noticed in the episode, Derek. So me and Derek, she talks so slow. Derek's sisters are late. They're disrespectful to Derek. It's like, girl, ooh, your tongue and your mouth is just so slow the way Monique talks, right? So this episode we see as Monique and Derek are meeting his family up at the park, right? And we met one of Derek's aunts. I forgot what her name was. I forgot that aunt's name. And I forgot her name because I have an aunt by that name, and I just forgot what the woman's name is. So I want you guys to chime in the comment section and tell me what you guys think, right? Because I tweeted this. When it comes to Derek, Monique, and his sisters, I feel like it's not on just one side, it's on both sides, right? I feel like Monique is obsessed with the sisters, but I also feel like the sisters are obsessed with Monique, right? Because Monique always finds a way to bring up his sisters, and his sisters always finds a way to bring up Monique. And I'm just like, if y'all don't like each other, why do y'all always got to mention her, and why does she always mention y'all? Like, I don't understand that. If I don't like a person, I'm not going to mention your name, say nothing about you. You don't exist in my world. So it's a little bit of obsession on both parts, right? So I have an issue with Monique because Monique, she's mouth almighty, tongue everlasting, but she ain't gonna do nothing, right? She talks about she'll fight people and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, girl, I'll believe it when I see it, right? So the sisters were late, and Monique is talking about how disrespectful and rude his sisters are. And I'm like, but you're the same way. You don't respect his privacy. You were gonna put a camera in Big Mama's house to spy on him. We're gonna talk about something else. We're gonna talk about her in we're gonna get a little bit deeper into Monique in just a few minutes, right? I'm gonna get into her and I'm gonna dig into Monique because I got a big issue. I got a bone to pick with Monique, right? So Derek's sisters showed up. They were 3 hours late, and Derek and Monique were about to leave. Now the sisters, let's be real, the sisters are petty and childish as hell, right? So I think the sister's name is Elizabeth. I could be. I don't know that for a fact. Sister Elizabeth. I think her name is Elizabeth. You did the most, pretending like Monique ran over you, girl. It wasn't even that deep, right? So they got into. So Derek is telling Monique to leave, right? She's telling her to leave, and then they get into an argument. But I'm like, girl, every time it comes down to him and his sisters, he always tells Monique not to engage. She has to engage with them, and I'm just like, why? You want to cause a scene, right? So Monique eventually went back to the hotel, and Derek went and got an Uber. So she's going back to Chicago, And after she got back to home to Chicago, she found out that Derek was cheating on her, right? And she said that she checks his location 50 times a day. That is an issue that I have right there, right? That is, we've talked about this so many times that Monique has so many insecurities, right? That is my issue with Monique. Why do, if you can't trust the man that you're in a relationship with, why are you still in a relationship with him? That's dumb as fuck to go behind somebody's back. That's just dumb in general. If you can't trust the person that you're in a relationship with, break up with them. Why do you have to go through his phone? Why do you have to ask him where is he at? Why do you have to ask him to pan the camera around to see who he's with? Why did you? Now, when she said about him, he said he was out with his homie and his girl. So she said, so you out with your friend and his bitch? I was like, now that woman ain't did shit to your ass. Now if that woman calls you, a fat bitch, you gonna be mad. You gonna be mad if that woman calls you any kind of fat bitch, fat this, fat that, fat, right? Monique, you would be pissed. So don't sit there and call that woman a bitch. I thought that was disrespectful for her to call his friend's girlfriend a bitch. So you out with your friend and his bitch? I didn't like that. I really did not like that. That was so damn disrespectful to me. Because you would be so, and now I do believe what Elizabeth is. So if you guys don't know, Derek's sister, the trans woman, Elizabeth, she said that Monique called her out of her pronoun, and that, well, I don't even know what her pronoun is. I'm assuming her pronoun is she, her, and hers, right? I'm assuming. She could also go by they or them, but I don't know what her pronouns are, right? So for me, I'm just gonna say she. Because I don't know what she identifies as. But I do believe that Monique probably called her out of her name and called her out of her pronoun. If you can sit here and call a woman that you don't know a bitch, I got it. I don't like Monique. I've said it numerous times that I don't like Monique, and I'm gonna continue to say it. I don't fucking like Monique. Monique is an insecure person. I know that there are so many big women and big men in the world that have more confidence than Monique does. But Monique is just an insecure ass woman. Actually, Monique is an insecure ass little girl. Let's just keep it real. I don't see it from Monique. I don't like Monique. I know Monique is gonna be on Life After Lockup. We're gonna see how this progresses, but I just don't see it from Monique, right? And that's really all I got for this episode, you guys. So next Friday is a brand new season of Life After Lockup. WeTV, let's have a little bit of a conversation about that real quick, because y'all thought y'all was slick, but y'all ain't. So, WeTV showed us a sneak peek of next week's episode, right? So we see Lindsay and Blaine, they're back. Lindsay done lost that black simp. Then we see a scene with Monique and Derek. So we'll talk about Monique and Derek in next week's episode. We're not gonna talk about them right here, but we'll definitely discuss it in next week's episode. But I have a big gripe to pull with WeTV. So WeTV showed us all the couples that are returning for Life After Lockup. Amber and Puppy are back. I don't know what their storyline is. Amber and Puppy are back. We are getting Eris and Cameron. We are getting Justine and Michael. We are getting Lindsay and Blaine, Monique and Derek. Who else are we getting, you guys? We are getting Sean and Sarah. Oh, you guys, I know how I feel. Y'all know how I feel about Sean and Sarah. Sean and Sarah are back. Who else did I see? They didn't. Now, mind you, in the previews, they didn't show Sean and. Well, yes, they did. They showed. No, they didn't. So on the screen, they showed all the felons, right? They managed to leave one felon out, and I'm trying to figure out why WeTV is playing in my face, because I keep saying, I've said this for the last few seasons of Life After Lockup. What the fuck are Brittany and Marcelino bringing to this show? Nothing but a fake ass storyline. And I like Brittany and Marcelino. I've said that numerous times. And you guys know when I first started watching Love After Lockup, I didn't like Marcelino. I thought Marcelino was an asshole. I still think at times he can be a bit of an asshole, but I've grown to like Marcelino over the last few years, right? But what WeTV is going to stop doing with me is playing in my damn face when it comes to Brittany and Marcelino. Their storyline is fake as hell. Because last season we had that storyline about them having a threesome with her best friend. And then he wanted to continue to sleep with the best friend. WeTV, stop playing with me. Give them a spinoff. Let them live their happy, married lives. Because the last time we saw them, they were supposed to move. They moved from Vegas down to Miami, right? To Florida. Stop playing with me about Brittany and Marcelino. That shit ain't real. I think the last real storyline that we had with Brittany and Marcelino was her mother and the drugs. I think that was the last real storyline we've had from Brittany and Marcelino. Stop playing with me, WeTV. But that's all I got, you guys, for Love After Lockup. I will see you guys next week for Life After Lockup. Be sure to like the video, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, you guys.